Lastly, I want to talk about something that's on everyone's mind, especially in the boroughs I'm going through today, and that is parking fines. They are being used as a revenue generation scheme to run councils as a profit. They're also being used by the mayor to try to balance his budget when he's failing to run TFL. And let's be honest, TFL was failing before COVID happened. It was already going bankrupt before. And yet he's using this congestion charge increase to fill up the black holes in his budget, and he's still defunding the police and the fire brigades. If you look at some of these boroughs, and again, I want to highlight this because I think it's unacceptable, the same thing's happening in these boroughs. So in 2020, the profit made by London councils comes to a total of £445 million. That's a profit. And there's something that seems wrong to me about that, because if you look at Westminster Council, it made a profit of £69.6 million. That's nearly double the second highest borough, Kensington and Chelsea, which we're going through right now, which made £38.8 million profit. Of course, my borough of Camden, where I live in, made a profit of £29 million, which was up 11.6% on the previous year of 2019. Now, call me crazy, but in 2020, we suffered a GDP contraction of 11%. That's massive, by the way. And yet, our councils are taxing our citizens in their time of need in order to make a profits. Something's wrong here. And in my opinion, the leadership starts at the top with the mayor of London. And when they see him increase your congestion charges, increase the ULEZ, also jack up these LTNs and the fines there, I think they see that they can do it in their councils and not only tax the citizens, but also run a profit. You've got Steve Gooding, the director of the RIC Foundation, that said, quote, "Parking management is quite a money spinner for some local authorities. Going forward, councils should cut parking charges as a way of encouraging more people to visit their high streets, which are fighting for survival." Steve, you took the words right out of my mouth. The only way that London can survive is if we strengthen the economy. And that's why my roadmap to get London back to work is crucial. And it means that we empower people to visit these boroughs and spend the money. Why would you want to travel into London and go to a restaurant, go to a show, go to a museum, if you know, first of all, you can't get parking, second of all, you're going to be fined for parking, or maybe you can't even get to the parking space that you want to get because of one of the LTNs. It is a flawed logic, but one that is something I would expect from the current mayor of London. He comes from a background that doesn't understand business. They think business is there to be taxed and fined and prohibited, whereas I understand that London was built on business. This city was created because of commerce. The Romans didn't come here because it was necessarily a pretty place to be. They came here because that's where everybody else was. They were exchanging goods and services, exchanging ideas. That's why we're here. Oftentimes, I think the mayor forgets that. And I think these councils are being very myopic and short-sighted by trying to run these profits when they should actually be dropping those down, encouraging traffic flow, encouraging businesses, and also allowing their citizens to visit their relatives and elderly, lowering emissions, promoting business. And I think this is something we need to highlight here. So again, if you're in one of those boroughs, leave me a comment below. Tell me, do you think that is fair? We think there's something seriously flawed here. And I think you have to look to the top and where the mayor is to find a real solution for that.